Hello YouTubers and welcome to Novus Talks with me, your host Novus Corvius. And I didn't believe I'd be talking about this, but we got a Nintendo Direct, rather a mini Direct to be exact, but a Nintendo Direct nonetheless. This dropped out of nowhere on, I think it was Friday. Nintendo didn't announce it, they just went live on their Instagram and on YouTube and stuff, out of the blue. I didn't even know about this till the next day when people were posting about it on Facebook and stuff, and I was completely stunned and caught off guard. I saw that it was a mini direct, and at first I was kind of disappointed because, you know, it's been so long since we've had anything legit from them that I wanted a proper direct. I wanted to hear about first party games and things like this, obviously, but for a mini direct it was surprisingly quite good. And that's saying a lot. I'm usually very picky when it comes to Nintendo Directs. I tend to dislike them more than I like them, but this one really caught my fancy. And it was all, as you can guess, it was all pretty much third-party games for the most part. And ports, there was a lot of ports. There was no first-party Nintendo games for the most part. Nothing on, obviously, Metroid, Breath of the Wild, or whatever. It's probably going to be the week of E3 when we hear from anything like that again. But anyways, the Direct started off and it opened with a little text message type thing, a little message saying that Nintendo were aware, obviously, it's about the world health situation that's going on. And it was just explaining that some of the release dates and stuff might be inaccurate and might change, and to bear with them, and they were saying that their hearts go out to everyone and all this, as you'd expect. It's the closest we're going to get to Nintendo admitting that issue exists, but it's something, so fair play to them, I say. Most of the games didn't really have any release dates. They had general release dates, there was a few updates in some games that were like, oh, releasing this fall, this summer, whatever. Most of them were just like, hey, this is releasing in 2020. But I can understand, maybe they originally wanted this to be a proper direct, and I think this pretty much confirms the reason we haven't got a proper direct is because the release dates are completely up in the air. Everything is up in the air now, and anything could change. So we really have to, Nintendo are probably thinking through their strategy and trying to figure out ways to, rather new dates and ways to put out their games. But anyways, in relation to the actual games themselves, there was 4 of them in particular that got my attention. I'll mention what they are in a minute, but off the top of my head, the ones they showed through the direct that came up in my mind, they mentioned the next fighter for the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate DLC. We'd heard a couple of days ago that this character, the release was going to be delayed, and it was sort of confirmed. They didn't say who the character was. All they said is that the character is from ARMS and that it's going to be delayed until June. We know why it's delayed. They tried to pass it off as the fact that it was an ARMS character was the reason it was delayed, but we know that's not true, which is fine, as you'd expect. The fact that they didn't say what character made it interesting. I've seen theories that it could be like each of the skins could be each of the different characters, which might possibly be true. Who knows? We know absolutely nothing at this point other than that it will be from ARMS. So that's cool. Finally a DLC character that I can actually say I'm happy about. That's definitely going to be really unique because it's not a sword fighter character. Hooray! But yeah, on top of that, they announced an update for Animal Crossing. Nothing really stands out to me there about that, so I'm going to move on from that. They talked a bit about Xenoblade Chronicles, the Definitive Edition, May 29th, I think it was, which I mentioned in a previous video. They mentioned that there's going to be post-story content, a whole new story mode, a bit like how Xenoblade Chronicles 2 received DLC, the Torn of the Golden Country. Xenoblade Chronicles is getting Futures Connected is the name of it. It's a whole new looking story mode and it looks quite good. I'm still up in the air about getting the game. I played a bit of Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I hated the combat, so I'm not sure. My opinion might change. I might get the game, but we'll see how it goes. One of the big things that shocked me was they announced all the BioShock and all the Borderlands games are on the Switch now. So that kind of threw me off guard, because I was like, maybe it's just me, but I think that's a pretty big deal. That's quite a significant deal for Nintendo. There was an update on Panzer Dragoon. I don't think they said when the release date was, or maybe they did, but it's gonna have like 360-degree aiming, so it looks more interesting than it did at E3. I'll give them that much. There was updates on Pokemon Sword and Shield, new DLC for that. Nothing that caught my attention there, so I'm gonna move on from that. Bravely Default 2, we got more details on that. Rather some gameplay footage and some stuff about the story. I've never played any of the Bravely Default games. Apparently this is like the 4th game, I think it is, which is weird. But yeah, I might actually play them. There's a demo out now. I don't know if it's free, but I might try it because I'm interested in the game, but at the same time, I don't know. It's interesting. It's definitely one I'm going to keep my eye on. I can't talk all of a sudden. It's one I'm going to be keeping my eye out on. So I'll let you know as when we get more updates how my opinion on that changes. Other than that, there was 2 Star Wars games announced. Star Wars Jedi Knight Jedi Academy, which is an older game. Never heard of it before until Root of 2 review talked about it. That's coming there, as well as Star Wars Pod Racer. So I might play these games, pick them up, because why not? But the really weird one, I can't believe I'm saying this, the one that got me somewhat excited is, I can't remember the name of it, but I'll have it here obviously. It's a collection of 51 iconic board games. You have like air hockey and the likes of Sudoku and loads of ones, chess, checkers, drafts, all these sort of games on one, and I'm like, that looks really fun, even just for multiplayer. I'm really excited about the idea of playing air hockey on the Switch, so that's one I'm going to say I'm probably getting that one, to be honest. I'm shamelessly saying that now. I want that, so I am going to get that. I believe that's like June 5th or June 10th or something like that. I'm definitely getting that anyway. Other than that, the other game that caught my attention was some sort of ninja battle royale game. It looks interesting enough. I'll have to check it out in a bit more detail, but it looks fun. I don't know, it's a third-party game, I believe. I'm not quite sure. Perhaps some of you know, and you can all let me know down the comment section below about that. I think off the top of my head, I'm trying to think of other games that really stood out from that. There was nothing else other than ports and things like this. But overall, a pretty solid direct, I must say. I was very pleasantly surprised, mini direct I should say. I was very pleasantly surprised with this, and I applaud them. Now the sad news is, as I said earlier in the video, it's going to be a while before we get the next proper direct. Realistically, it's going to be the week of E3, or at the time of E3, June sometime maybe, somewhere around the summer. And hopefully the whole worldwide situation has improved a little by then, or at least enough that Nintendo can have a more general idea of when they can put releases on their games, and that we can see a lot more. But I hope we get a proper direct soon. Before E3 would be excellent, but you know, we'll have to see how it goes. Yeah, trying to think of any last minute thoughts I have to say about the direct, games I've forgotten. Not really. The ones I said that stuck out to me were Bravely Default, the Ninja Battle Royale game. Can't remember the name of it for the life of me. And the board game. So yeah, let me know down in the comment section below what games caught your attention. Did you watch this mini direct? What did you think of it? Did you like it? And are you going to be getting any of these games? Let me know down in the comment section below. So yeah, hopefully it won't be too long before I have more Nintendo stuff to talk about, but based on how 2020 has gone, it could be quite a while. Let's hope it's not another 5 months. So yeah, with that all said and out the way, thank you all for watching, and please subscribe. Nova Score Race out.